No one is coming to save you. And I know that might seem a bit harsh, and it's very unpleasant for a lot of us to hear that. But as we grow older and as we become adults, the only person that we have to fall back on is ourselves. Up until a certain age and up until a certain point, our parents are going to be there to support us. But as we grow older, we have to rely on and we have to count on ourselves in order to save ourselves.
You have to take a path that's dangerous, and most people want to take the safe path. And the safe path leaves you stuck in quiet desperation. Almost every time, it's hell.
I see all this potential, and I see it squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need.
You have an apartment you have to pay for, you have a car you leased, you have a wife that you have to feed, you have a child you have to raise, you have your mortgage, you have your this, you have your that, and that's where it all comes from.
The middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives.
Most men live lives of quiet desperation. It's one of my favorite quotes ever because it's true. And I've been that guy. You're just in this world where you just can't wait to just run away.
My grandfather, when I was growing up, I was being bullied and all kind of shit. My grandfather looked at me and he said, "You know what, man, you're not gonna amount to shit because of how you hang your head."
All been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars.
When we were young, we were told we can be anything. And then we realize it's a lie. And then we realize we're telling ourselves it's a lie because we actually just realize how much work it's going to take. And we'd rather believe it's a lie than we're not willing to work hard enough to achieve these things. And then it's kind of like this back and forth of like, can I? Or is it just too hard? Or am I just too weak?
And as true and as real as it was, it hurt. And a lot of us, what we do is we hide from the truth. We don't want to tell people the truth. We see people every day, loved ones, friends, family members. We see them walking around. Everybody see them. And they're not amounting to shit. They're fucking gaining weight. They're not going to school. But we live in a kinder, gentler world. So we don't say shit to them. We just watch them fail because why? We don't know what to say or how to say it. Or we may lose them as friends, or they may not love us anymore. You're watching someone fail. The best thing you may ever do for someone is say, "Hey, guess what, brother? You're a piece of shit right now." You may not say it just that way, but that's what you may want to say to somebody. "Look, man, I love you to death, brother, but your life sucks. You are so much better than this, man. You are so much better. I'm watching you fail and I can't do it." So the best advice I ever got was a negative comment from my grandfather saying, "Hey, you ain't gonna amount to shit."
Yeah.
And he didn't mean it in like a mean way. He meant it as honestly. You're allowing this world to kick your fucking ass, and it's going to if we keep on letting it do it.
You know, I got to a point in my life where I was desperate for assistance. I was begging for assistance. I couldn't rely on my mother. She didn't have the financial means. And it was a massive turning point for me because I realized the only person that I had that could get me through the situation was myself. And through that process, I struggled a lot. It was incredibly difficult, but I knew I couldn't have a victim mindset.
The way you can change is you have to put aside enough money to give yourself a window. And then you have to have a plan. And you have to spend all your waking hours outside of whatever shit job you do planning your escape. And you have to come to the realization very clearly that you fucked up and you got yourself stuck.
Now, this doesn't mean that you have to do everything on your own. This doesn't mean that there aren't people that you can rely on. But in order to take that first step, get yourself off the ground and launch and take action, you have to do it for yourself and you have to be dependent on yourself.
Do it like your life depends on it. And whether it is you're trying to be an author and if you're gonna try to be an author and you're working 8 hours a day plus commuting plus family responsibilities or whatever else you have, whatever time that you have to attack like you're trying to save the world. You're trying to save your life. You don't want to drown. That 1.5 hours a day that you have to write, God damn, you better be caffeinated and motivated. You got to go.
Take the money you make,
live on nothing, and the hard part is just swallowing the pride for the fact that in the short term, everyone's going to be right when they say that you're amounting to nothing. And that's the tough part. That's the glass that you have to swallow, that you have to pull towards you. And there's just no other way.
If you want something bad enough, you can't let anybody tell you you can't do something. I'll repeat that. If you want something bad enough, you can't let anybody tell you you can't do something, not even yourself. A lot of days I'm like, oh, you can't do this, Tom. You can't be as quick as a 30-year-old on the computer.
So you want to be normal. So you just want to be like everybody else that roams the world, not knowing the power that's in them.
Bullshit! Let me show you. I mean, I would have arguments with myself. I could do it.
When that alarm clock goes off, there's at least 50% of the time where you just, that soft little pillow is just caressing your head and you want to stay there. And it takes discipline to go, nope, I'm going to get up out of this bed and I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And that discipline that you have at that moment, you win that fight. That's a big victory.
That's what it takes. To do anything successfully in life, you've got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. And if you want it that bad, if you're willing to give it that much, you get a big piece of what you want. And life and dreams do come true. Anything you want can happen and become a reality.
If I stayed the victim and if I played the victim, I would never be able to achieve anything.
What would you do if you weren't afraid?
Start something. A lot of younger guys feel that they lack purpose and accomplishment because they have failure to launch, if we can call it that. We wait for the perfect time, or we wait for the perfect opportunity, or we wait for permission to do something, to take action on our lives and actually accomplish things. Now, a lot of people, similar to when I was young, sometimes we speak ourselves out of opportunity. Like, I had ideas which I didn't take action because I spoke myself out of certain opportunities. And on other occasions, we simply just don't know what to do. My advice is always follow and take action on something that you're passionate about. And even if you don't know the next steps, it's okay, because taking that action is more likely to lead to the next step and to lead to a result than without taking action at all. You don't need to start a company. You don't need to have radical change. Start messy, but just start.
People doubted me. I doubted myself sometimes too.
You've hit the wall someplace, you've looked in the mirror too many times and haven't smiled. You want to change the situation, move from where you are. The journey is not easy. Before you start that journey, mentally, you must fuel yourself with the right reasons, the right fuel to sustain the entire journey. Everyone's hot off the start. But after a month or so into it, or a couple weeks into it, with the wear and tear and the grind starts to hit you, you start losing focus on the horizon, do you not? You get caught away in the daily hiccups, the ups and downs, and the wear and tear. And you focus on the speed bumps, the daily activities, losing sight of the true purpose. When you lose sight of the purpose, you give too much value of what the pain is today. We always invest today, sacrifice today for tomorrow's betterment. But if we don't know what that betterment is, the want factor of what we're really doing it for, we can't win this war, guys. In order to be successful in the MFT program or in life in general, it's the want factor. You have a capable body to do whatever you want. You have a sound mental, nutritional diet. Now what the f do you want? Once you find out you want, regardless of what it is, then you combine the mind and the body together. That's when life gets exciting, guys. Stories of inspiration where the person overcomes the odds. When you see the good man, pump the brakes. Put your hands together, man. Give credit where it's due. Remember the name of the person that overcame the odds, because that same person you're going to use in your own battle one day. When you hit rock bottom and you feel like the walls and monkeys on your back and Murphy's hitting you down every single step, you're going to use that inspiration to take that one more step forward that makes all the f***ing difference. Let me give you a few examples of these, of people that overcome the odds. This kid couldn't speak. Everyone else in his peer group speaking all good. He couldn't speak. At age 7, everyone's reading and talking. He can't read. He was slowing down so much, the teachers brought his parents in and said, dude, the kid's gotta go, man. He's just slow. He's not creative. He's slowing down the betterment of the entire class. Gotta go. Parents brought him home and he's like, man, what are we gonna do with this child of ours? Too bad. They put him to work. He got fired from every single job he ever tried. All this guy knows up until 21 years old is failure. He's never tasted success. He just gets up and keeps trying, fails, gets up and keeps trying. Until one day he found out what he wanted, what inspired him, and he gave it everything he had, day in, day out, man. He burned the midnight oil, so he didn't have to stay awake in the midnight hours wondering what if. This guy tried something 1,093 times before it was successful. 1,093 times, man. When the hell have you ever tried something more than 10 times before you throw in the towel? I can't say I have. This guy did. And why? That was what he wanted. How was it nourished? Failure. Everything failed in his life. So when it failed the 1,000th time, it's like, well, f it, man. It's an average day. It always fails. I keep on going, but his invention got smarter and quicker. That failure made it more and more successful. It's getting closer and closer and closer. And finally, the light bulb lit. That was Thomas Edison, man. Failure, dumbass his entire life. He had over another 1,000 patents, man. Remarkable. Couldn't speak at 4. Was written out of class because couldn't read at 7. Kicked home saying mentally challenged. One of the greatest inventors of our time. We all fall down in life, guys. The question is, who gets back up? Again, it's not the potential of the individual. It's not the genetics. It's the perseverance. The never say die attitude. If you constantly keep throwing shit against the wall, eventually something will stick, guys. Never give in to what you want. When you find out what you want, and you combine that with a sound mental diet, a visual nutrition, a physical diet of good food coming in with good exercise, you build the body, the belief, the confidence. You put that together with a want and a drive, dude, you're unstoppable. Your name will forever be in history. If you do it though, because it's hard, it's an uphill battle. It's the path less taken, not the beaten path everyone else takes. It's a path that leads to character. You gotta earn that.
So please, you are the hero of your own story, and you gotta act like it.